Hello Ninja, good evening. How are you doing? Great. Hello Munna, how are you? So if you have any query or some doubts, you can ask, you can ping in this chat. We'll discuss those. Ninja, previously my Defender exam in July end, but now it shift to mid-August around 17. Okay, great. So have you prepared for it? The tips is likely mostly questions asked related to your LDAP, your operation, safe management. So I would say if you have built your own lab, like you have installed your Vault, PWS, EPM, PSM, AD, so you can just like do some operational related stuff because most of the questions are asked related to your operation only. So I would say go with them, and for sure you can just uh, pass your defender with flying colors. Munna, can we reconcile the database account like SQL and Oracle? So for that you just need to create one more account on the database locally, and then and that account should have the permission. But I would say don't use that because local account, creating a local account, it's not recommended. So if you are just pushing the change, then also your password will be rotated. Ninja, yes, lab and theory is completed. Great, then you can just appear for the exam. There will be around 80 questions, I believe. And just and good luck for your defender exam. Ninja, how to identify password get unauthorized change outside CyberArk without PT? I think in the last live session also you asked the same question, I believe. So if the password is getting changed outside CyberArk, so you just need to have your SIM, like for every server you can just create the use cases. Suppose that account is a admin account or administrator account, and the someone change the password of that account. So if you are sharing, if like you have configured the SIM and the logs are getting forward to the SIM tool, so you can just create a use case for for your critical accounts. So if anyone is using those account or password is getting changed, so you will get a notification from your SIM tool, whether you are using Splunk or Sentinel or any other SIM tool, QRadar or ArcSight. So from SIM tool, you can get a notification like someone changed the password of this account, and the timings and all. You can just get it from there. I got disconnected that time. Sorry. Not an issue. Abdul Rahman Sheikh, sir, could you please explain the overview of CyberArk? Abdul, like in cyber, because CyberArk is one of the PAM tool, privilege access management tool, and it just manage the password of your privilege accounts, managing the access and the password of your privilege accounts, like the accounts which have the privilege, like more permission than the other accounts. It can be your administrator account or a root account, and it does have like different components like your vault, PVWA, PSM, CPM, and many more. But these are the mandatory components. If you are installing the CyberArk in any of the lab or in small environment, then you just need to have your vault and your PVW server, CPM, PSM, and Active Directory. So these are the mandatory if you are installing the CyberArk in small implementation, in small environment also. Munna, can we change the password for PSM Connect and PSM Admin Connect via CPM? Yes, Munna, you can change this. You just need to assign the CPM to the PSM safe where these accounts gets created. So when you just apply the CPM, like you just added the PSM safe and pro just use the any of the CPM. If you are having multiple CPMs, you can assign it and you can just manage the password of your all PSM Connect and PSM Admin Connect accounts. Ninja, use of CI/CD continuous pipeline while deploying components onto cloud, moving from on premises to cloud. Ninja, like recently I started working on cloud, so I know the few terms only. But yes, going forward, soon I'll just start some training on this cloud also, privileged clouds, which is provided by CyberArk. But mostly I have worked on the on-prem. So, and if you talk about the migration, so like we did a migration recently and we built the server on Azure, and there was a separate team who built the servers, and we just installed the vault there and installed the DR and started the replication from on-prem production to the Azure. So when the data is replicated all on the Azure, we just built another like PWA, PSM, and CPM servers on cloud and started pointing towards the Azure, and also built a DR on Azure. And after everything was on Azure, we just decommissioned the on-premise on-prem servers. Munna, what is CyberArk Conjure? Conjure is also it's a secret management. Like you can manage your secrets, and this is basically used for your cloud, your DevOps. And like in the DevOps, you have some script. You are running some script or some application where your password is in plain text. So you can use the Conjure to manage your secrets. And this is basically for your cloud only, not for the on-prem. And on-prem, you can use the your AIM, like your credential providers, which just does the same thing. But Conjure is used like mainly for your clouds or DevOps applications, you can say. Munna, please explain how we can load balance, let's say, three PVWs and three PSMs. This is one of the interview question being asked. So let's first discuss the how to load balance your PVWs. So to load balance your PVWs, you need to make the configuration changes in your web.config file, which is there on every PVW servers. And you need to use the load balancer, like so suppose you are using a SSL certificate, then you can just provide the DNS entry for your load balancer also, so that you can use the load balancer, and rest of the configuration is done at the load balancer side. They will just suppose you are having three PVWs, so they will add all three PVWs. They will just create a pool on the load balancer, and they will add those IP addresses, or you can say the host name, to that pool, and automatically, and they will just provide you this FQDN. When you will hit that FQDN, so as per the algorithm set on the load balancer, whether it's round robin or least connection, so it will route the traffic to your PVW. This is for PVW, and for your PSMs, they you need to go to the administration tab, and there is a privilege session management, and you can just create the ID there. So suppose you want to create a load balancer ID, so you can just there is already a ID you will find, so you can just copy paste, and in that ID you will be having the IP addresses, so you can just provide the FQDN or the virtual IP of your load balancer there, and also you can just define the gateway if you are having some terminal gateway also to use. And also you can just provide your this PSM connect this object admin and PSM object there. After providing that, so the ID you can just assign to every platform. So in that way, and after like you are done with the configuration, rest of the configuration is done again at the load balancer side, and you can ask the respective team to they will just create a RDP pool on their side, and they will just add your all your PSMs under that, and then you can just using your this you can your all PSMs will be load balanced, and it varies like if you are using F5 load balancer or Azure load balancer, so little configuration changes there for every load balancer. But in CyberArk side, this is the changes you need to make. These are the changes. Waiting for more questions. No questions? Hi Ashish. Ashish, what is vault security layers? So security layer means like how you secure your vault, like CyberArk. What are the features provided by CyberArk to provide the security? So you have different types of encryption, segregation of duties. Then you have like window firewall and the like they are I don't remember, there I think 7 or 8 layers are there, and I think I forgot the layers, but a few layers are like the encryption, because CyberArk uses the AES 256, RSA 2048, and SHA 512 to encrypt and decrypt the data. So the key, there is a different key used, like their file key or server key. So there are different keys used to encrypt and decrypt your data. And we have a firewall also. So when you install the Vault, so CyberArk does rename the firewall, Windows Firewall, to CyberArk Windows Hardened Firewall. And it does disable few of the services. Many of the services are also removed. Unused ports are deleted. And segregation of duties means like every component is have their functioning, separate functioning. Like PSM will be used to just connect to the target server, CPM is used to manage the password, and your PWA, it's a web interface, like using that you just access the vault, and PTA and etc. So every component has its own duty, has its own functioning. So these are the some security layers provided by CyberArk, and these are just like how your vault is secure. Secure, like if uh, if someone is like about to hack or something, so these are the features which are being introduced by CyberArk to enhance the security. So no attackers can just hack your CyberArk environment. Ashish, thanks, Neil. No problem. Yeah. Munna, when we integrate telemetry, is our dashboard information visible to CyberArk support team? I think maybe, because you need to see all the information when you log into the CyberArk community portal, and there is a separate telemetry option. So you will see all your details, your company's detail to that telemetry. So if like it's going to visible on your CyberArk, your community portal, then like it seems like CyberArk might have some access to those data. So that's why I also didn't like this concept of telemetry, because earlier the PAS reporter was good. And if you have used the pass reporter, so there are lots of uh, there are very like cool features in the pass reporter. You can have many reports in pass reporter, ITA logs, and also the configurations. You can just fetch using that pass reporter. Uh, Ashish Gupta, what is the difference between link and reconcile? Link, I think you mean to say the logon account. Link, so I'll tell you about the reconcile. So as you know, reconcile is like when your change is not working or verify. So when you just don't know the password. So using the reconcile account, you can just reset the password. And CPM will use that reconcile account to log into that target server, and it will just reset the password without knowing your current password. And in the logon concept, logon is basically used for the Linux where your root account doesn't have the direct permission to log into the Unix server. So in that case, we use a logon account, and after you just associate that login account to the root. So first your login will be like using the login account, CPM will log into the target server, and that login account will be having the switch permission, so that after you just switch to the root. So like that's the difference between the logon and the console. GD, sir, can you make videos on Conjure for CI/CD application? Yes, like going forward, for sure, I'll make the videos on Conjure also, because recently I started studying about the Conjure. So definitely will make videos on Conjure, Alero, iDaptive going forward. Munna, how CyberArk manage local passwords on Windows and Unix or Linux? For Windows, you can just create a domain reconcile account on your AD, and you can just associate that domain reconcile account to every your Windows platform. So when you just onboard any Windows account, automatically that domain reconcile account will be associated to your Windows, and that reconcile account will be having the local administrator permission on every your Windows server. So you can use that reconcile account to manage the password of your local, or if you want to manage the local passwords, like your administrator, local administrator, or any local account. And for the Linux or Unix, when you just built a server, we always ask the Unix team to create one or two local reconcile account on those servers, so that when you just onboard the other accounts, you just onboard that local reconcile account also, and you just associate to every account, and those reconcile account will be having the permission to reset and log on permission onto that target server. So using those reconcile account, you can just manage the password of your your Unix account, because in most of the organization you will not see your Unix or Linux is part of the domain. So it's like little hard to manage the password of your those accounts. So that's why we use this local reconcile account concept, and this is being created on every your Unix servers when it is built. So it's you can always reach out to your Unix team and ask them to just create the accounts on the Unix, and you can just make this a process. Ashish Gupta, is possible to host all CyberArk components in cloud? Yes, you can just host. You can just create on Azure or AWS. You can build your CyberArk. All the components you can just build. But HA, like HA Vault, is not yet supported on cloud. Rest of the component you can just install it. Your CyberArk, Vault, PWA, PSM, CPM. Munna, in case of exclusive check-in, check-out, when user is not able to release the account, what could be the reason, or is there any way we can check the logs? Uh, so sometimes, like I've seen those scenarios, like sometimes user is not having the permission to unlock the accounts. So there is a permission on that safe if user is not having that unlock permission. And sometimes there is a if you haven't configured the one-time password policy. So if you are using check-in out and one-time password policy at the same time, so automatically when you will disconnect the session, so CPM will come into the picture. It will just change the password and it will release the account within some time. But if you haven't configured that, so in the platform you can see there is a validity. I think minimum validity period something is there. So you can just check if that is disabled, or you have provided the, I think it's in the minutes, like 30 minutes or 60 minutes. I think by default it's 60 minutes, so you can check that also. And you can just check the permission also for that particular user. And sometimes I have seen this also, like when you are just clicking on the release option, because if you are a vault administrator and you are just clicking the release options, so sometimes it happens like it's still not gets released. So in that case, you can just edit the account and there you will see a advanced. So after editing the account, you will see a release option. You can just release from there also. Lakshmi, can you please provide PSM connectors and CPM plugin documents? Lakshmi, like I haven't created the documents for the PSM Connect and CPM plugin yet. But yes, going forward, we'll be creating those. But you can just mail me. I'll share some details with you. You can just reach out to me. You can find my email ID from the about section of this channel and just mail me. I'll share the details with you regarding the PSM connectors and CPM plugin. Lakshmi, thank you so much. No problem. Lakshmi, is Conjure document valuable with you now? No, like because I have recently started learning this Conjure because I haven't worked on the Conjure. So, but yes, going forward, we'll create some videos on this Conjure also. Lakshmi, like one example, managing with Conjure. So Conjure is like it's also a secret manager, and Conjure is basically used for your cloud, your DevOps applications. So suppose you are running a script, and in that script you need to pass some the you need to pass your username and password in a plain text. So that is like Conjure just eliminate your hard coded credential in your script. So you can, there is a command, you can just provide that command into your script. It will automatically fetch the password from CyberArk Vault, and that password will be used in your script, and you can just run your script. Munna, please explain the concept of satellite vaults. So satellite vault is a concept of active active. In satellite vault, all your vault are in active. And suppose and you can have your five satellite vault. So first, so suppose you are having one vault for India, one for US, and for other countries. So if you are connecting to using the PWA. So first your request will go to the primary vault, or you can say the master vault, and from your master vault it will redirect your request to the your vault which is there in India, and then you will just connect to your PWA. You will get your login. So that is the concept of your active, or you can say the satellite vault. And I haven't like I never got a chance to work on this satellite vault because this is very, you can say, expensive, because we need to create more vault and need to procure a different license. So but let's see if I'll get a chance to work on this. Will share my experience in going forward. But this was the concept of the satellite vault. Lakshmi, is it possible to host all components in cloud? Yes, you can build your CyberArk Vault, PSM, CPM, PWA on Azure or AWS. But HA Vault, your active and passive vault, is not supported on cloud yet. You need to have the standalone vault. Lakshmi, so vault hosting is not possible. It's possible. It's only the standalone vault. I was talking about the HA vault, active passive vault. You cannot just create the HA vault is not supported on your cloud yet, but you can install the standalone vault, single vault on your AWS or Azure. Lakshmi is asking, let's say I have multiple PSMs in load balancer. Okay, please complete the question. Munna, I have been asked in recent interview, like, give me one reason what you don't like in CyberArk. Not sure how to answer. Uh, like you can say, they are just testing you. You can say like, like everything about CyberArk. But if you will ask me, then I would say sometimes the password management for your this ESXi machine is like very hard. So, and also like moving one account from one safe to another. CyberArk doesn't provide any script or something like that. Whether either you just need to move it manually, or you need to use the like use your password upload utility and Packley, and that is a lengthy process. So that's like I don't like about CyberArk, because if you suppose you get a request to move 500 accounts from one safe to another, so in that case you just need to do it manually, because CyberArk doesn't provide anything, any script or something to move all the accounts using the script from one safe to another. Uh, Lakshmi, our PSM servers need to be near to target servers, which is are using by end user. Yes, Lakshmi, you can have your CPM and PSM near the target servers, so that it will save some frequency, some bandwidth, and you will not have any performance issue, and your connection will be much faster. That's why we always recommend to have the CPM and PSM nearby the target servers. You mean to say target servers data center, like where you have built the servers. So suppose you have built the server in US in one of the region, one of the locations. So you can have your PSM in the same location. Like having, so suppose there are different locations, one India and US, and you have your PSM in India only. So it will be like your PSM will not be functioning well if it will be connecting to your US servers. So that's why having the servers in the same locations, your PSM or CPM will enhance the performance. The functioning of your components will be much high, like faster. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Lakshmi, can you please explain how CPM changing the passwords? Yes. So when you just click on the change option, so CPM use the same account and password to log into that server, target server. And after that, so first step is like it will log into that server. So if your password is incorrect, your current user password is incorrect, so you will get a error message like incorrect username or password, something like that. And if it's able to log in, that first step is cleared. Then second step, it will generate a password as per the password complexity you define in the platform. After just generating the password, it will just try to change the password onto that target server. And so suppose it failed due to forbidden characters you are using in the password or some network issue. So you will get an error like CPM was not able to change the password. If it was successfully changing the password, then what it will do, it will just log out again, and in the third step it will log in back with the new password to the target server. And if it's able to log into that target server with the new password, then it will just save that password to Cyberark Vault. So these are the three steps, and in these three steps only the password is getting changed. And what are the process files in background? For your Windows, it's using the DLL files, and for your Unix or Linux servers, it use the process and prompt file, where every your condition, your actions are defined in the process file, and in the prompt file, every prompt, your login prompt is defined. And there is a plugin controller, you can say terminal plugin controller. So you can use that and it's used by the CyberArk for your Linux devices only to rotate the password. But for your Windows, you have the DLL files. Ashish Gupta, need is Archon PAM worth it to working? Yes, I would say yes. Because if you have seen the Gartner report of 2022, so after CyberArk, Archon is on second. So Archon is like, and it's very close to CyberArk. So it's giving a high competition to CyberArk. So yes, I would say you can work on Archon PAM. Thomas Andrews. So what are the ports required to open for CPM to change the password? So Thomas, for Windows, we need 135, 139, 445 ports to be opened from CPM to Windows server. And for your Linux, we need the 22 port. And for your database, like so suppose you are using the database, so some of the database it uses 1512. And if you have some customized ports, so you can open that port from CPM to your target server. Lakshmi, can you please explain PSM flow and what are the roles of PSM Connect and PSM Admin Connect? So PSM Connect is used to log into PSM server locally, and your PSM Admin Connect is used for your live session monitoring by your PSM server. And the workflow is like when you just click on the connect button, your PWA app user will fetch the password of your PSM Connect user from Vault. And after that, PSM server will log in to PSM server with the PSM Connect user. After it will log into the PSM Connect, then your PSM gateway user will fetch the password of the target account from the Vault. And after fetching the password, your session is initiated using the shadow user. Like session will be initiated, run as shadow user, and for every user the shadow user will be different. And when you just connect to the target server, so your recording is started. And when you just disconnect the session, so PSM app user will store the recording files into the vault, into the recording safe. And after that the logs are forwarded to your SIM tool, if you have integrated any SIM tool. Lakshmi, can you please repeat? Yes. So when you just click on the connect button, your PWA app user will fetch the password of the PWA app user will fetch the password of your PSM Connect user, and PSM Connect user will log into your PSM server locally. And after that, your PSM gateway user will fetch the password of the target server, target account you are connecting to. After it fetches the password, your session is initiated using the shadow user. run as shadow user, your session will be initiated. And for every user session, this shadow user will be different. And when the session is established, when you disconnect the session, your recordings are stored by PSM app user into Cyberark vault into the recording safe. And after that, logs are forwarded to your SIM tool, whether you are using the Splunk or Sentinel or any other tool. Lakshmi, thank you. No problem. Okay, so waiting for more questions. Lakshmi, is Cyberark AIM and Conjure both are same? No, both are different. AIM is like your application identity manager, and Conjure is your both are secret manager, but Conjure is basically used for your DevOps, your cloud applications. But AIM is used for your like for it's also the secret management, and it there are different types of AIM, and it's generally used for the uh, your on-prem. So both AIM and Conjure are different. It's not same. Okay, no problem. Okay, so if you have any questions, then we can discuss those. And if not, I think then we can just wind up this call, wind up this session. So waiting for your questions. And also, I would like to announce something. So I've already like I was getting some mails also like my regarding the website. So I already launched the website. So if you want to enroll to any of the courses, so you can just mail me, and I'll share the details with you. Lakshmi, for CyberArk Rest API, do you have any short documentation? Lakshmi, like I always prefer the CyberArk official website for any if I have any doubts or queries. So you can also refer the same like docs.cyberark.com. Munna, is that course's lifetime validity? Yes. If you are enrolling in any of the course, so it will be having the lifetime validity. And going forward, also I'll be just introducing more courses on related to Conjure, EPM, LRO, and some beyond trust also, and your AWS Azure. Like going forward, I'll be like uploading more courses on different technologies as well as. So you can just enroll in the courses. So the site is secappslearning.com. So you can just Google it or you can just mail me. I'll share the details with you. Munna, are you gonna start any live training session? Yes, Munna. Like uh, just mail me. I'll provide you the details. So I think from tomorrow onwards I may start. So just mail me and we'll share the details with you. You can just find my email ID from the about section of this channel. So you can mail to any of the email ID. I'll share the details with you. Munna, thank you. No problem. Okay, so guys, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and like, share, and comment. And Lakshmi, are you going to provide training for high availability or just standalone? We'll cover both, HA also and standalone also. So you can just mail me for more information. So we'll discuss there and we'll like uh, I think soon I will be starting some training. Ashish, need is your site is published? Yes, Ashish Gupta, it's already published. So it's been, I think, more than 10 days. So you can just, and the site is secappslearning.com. So you can just explore the site and you will find the email ID and there is also a WhatsApp number. So you can just WhatsApp also and you can just mail me. We'll discuss and you can enroll in any of the courses. Uh, Lakshmi, on cloud or on premise, you are going to build environment in training. This will be on-prem only, and I will not be building up. I'll ask you to build. I'll be just guiding you, and like the people who will join the training will they will just share their screen and will ask them to build their environment step by step. So please don't comment here about the training because, as you know, my previous channel got deleted from YouTube. So I'm wondering if it's related to the that only. So like because someone might have reported my channel due to the free content only. So just mail me or you can just visit my website secappslearning.com. There you will find my WhatsApp number also and email ID also. Or you can onto this YouTube channel itself, you will find my email ID. You can just mail me. We'll share the details there. So let's connect on next weekend at the same time on Sunday at 7 p.m. and we'll discuss more questions. So thank you guys for joining this session and have a good day. Thank you. Have a good day.